everybody, happy Monday, if it's Monday that you're watching this, although it's also Monday for me now, so either way it works. But hello, welcome to a new video, new week at Oxford. If you watched last week's video, you'll know that today was paleography day. So I had my paleography exam this morning. Last night, I generally don't try to stay up really late and cram the night before a test, because my general philosophy is if I don't know it by 11:30, I'm not gonna know it. So, and I'd rather get some sleep and not be super tired when I'm writing. So I didn't intentionally stay up really late. I tried to go to sleep, but I just couldn't fall asleep last night because I think I was stressed about it. But I also planned on waking up quite early. I woke up around 6 today to do some more transcriptions, look at my notes again, and then I headed over to the English faculty and had the test. I will say, I think that I think I did better on the dating than I had anticipated. Basically, we got 3 plates and you had to pick 2 to transcribe and make a claim about the script model and an approximate date. So we had to give a 50-year range. And we knew there was going to be an Old English, an early Middle English, and a later Middle English. So I chose the Old English and the later Middle English. And the later Middle English I was pretty confident on, but the early Middle English I was I'm not sure, because it was just a weird plate. So I wasn't sure about it, but talking to everyone after, the people that did it or that had also looked more closely at it, said that about the same date range that I did, or pretty close. So that's we were either all way off or I was more correct. I also think I did better on the transcription for the second one than the first one, because the thing about the earlier Middle English, the textualis, that plate, generally a lot of the plates, it's easier to read and transcribe, but I find it more difficult to date because I'm early textualis looks like later textualis to me. Proto-Gothic looks like textualis. There's not a ton of variation to me for it. So I found when I was revising that those were the ones that I was more often off on when I was doing my own dating. So I was I'm gonna worry about the Old English and the later Middle English. So in terms of the Old English transcription, I think for the most part I was pretty accurate. There are a few letter forms that I was I don't know if this is correct. And I think my expansions on a couple of them are not, but I just had didn't know. And that one's tough too, because the language itself is farther away from contemporary English, so you can't necessarily make an inference about what the word is supposed to be, because you know what the letters around it are, what the words around it are, because I just don't know Old English well enough to do that. Most of the letter forms are pretty clear. It was just a couple that I was I'm not sure if I got that right, but I think overall I was fairly accurate, hopefully. Again, I won't find out for a little while, so that's too bad, but I think that it was less oh my god than I'd kind of been anticipating, which I guess some of it too is in class often he'd be you're not gonna get a plate this difficult and weird on the exam, but we were looking at a lot of weird and difficult plates, so then looking at those, trying to A, transcribe them, B, date them with very weird variations and whatever, kind of freaks you out going into it. But yeah, I think that it was okay. So that was good. But because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, I did not really get anything done for the rest of the day. I did watch that new Will Ferrell, Reese Witherspoon movie on Amazon Prime. I thought that it was okay. You know, not mad. I think it had some funny moments, and I also read a bit and everything, and me, Anika, and Eloise are going to go to Magdalen movie because they're showing this older version, this older French version of Beauty and the Beast. It is live action. I forget what year it's from, but it's a bit older. I think that I've seen clips from it online, and I think it was either remastered in color, but the screenshot that they showed in the email that they sent was black and white, so I don't know if it's going to be in color, black and white or not. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, that was fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing this movie because yeah, I'd seen clips on it online a really long time ago, and thought it looked quite pretty and would be interesting to watch. So I'm looking forward to that, and it's like a nice thing that they do. So yeah, apart from the exam, it's a pretty easygoing day. Eloise is gonna translate the entire movie to us. Yeah, just whisper it.
Yeah, very cool way.
Yeah. It's Tuesday today, so we went and saw La Belle et la Bete. Don't come for me for my French. We went and saw that at Magdalen Movie yesterday. It was the 1946 version, so I don't know if I said, like, because I wasn't sure if it was going to be in black and white or if it was going to be remastered. I got mixed up because there's actually a 2014. I don't know if it's a remake or if it just like happens to have the same name because that's what Beauty and the Beast is in French, or if it's like an intentional remake of this film. But there's a 2014 version that looks absolutely stunning, and that's the one that I've seen clips from. It's the highest cost production of Beauty and the Beast that anyone's ever done. Like, it's more expensive than the Disney one with Emma Watson, which is kind of crazy because that's Disney. I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people talking about how they hate her dress at the end of that, like the yellow dress. And I mean, I do think it could have been better. I'm not like pissed about it. But I feel like they just set the bar so high with Cinderella, which I think was Cinderella their first like live action remake. I feel like they did Maleficent before that, but because it's like a different story, I don't know if you would like categorize it the same. But Cinderella is like so different from the original too, but like it's obviously the same fairy tale, so I guess it does like count as a remake, even though compared to things like The Lion King and even Beauty and the Beast, they're more of a... The Lion King is like a shot-for-shot remake, but Beauty and the Beast is like mostly a different story, but obviously the same songs, the same overall plot. But the Cinderella dress is just so good, and I do think the Belle one, it could have been bigger, you know? And I think I've seen a lot of people mad that it has just like a regular zip instead of like a corset or something, which fair enough. But anyway, I think that the Disney version is very pretty, and I love the live action Disney version. I don't care. But this was like, this version was, it wasn't always intentionally funny, but it was kind of funny. I like that the Beast, he just looks like a mangy cat. You know those cats that are long hair, but their face is like kind of slick haired, and then they just have like the tufts coming out, and they look like mad and like out of it all the time? That's what the Beast looked like. It was very amusing. I do think it was funny because obviously he's got like a very deep voice, he's very French, and he just goes like, Belle, all the time. I was like, this is giving Nosferatu, which neither Anika or Eloise had seen it, so they couldn't appreciate like my comedic wit, but this morning I had like a mini sleep in, not super late, but I feel like I've had a lot of late nights the last few nights, so I kind of needed it to recover. And I don't have anything scheduled today. In fact, now that the test is done, I'm pretty much done like contact hours for classes, so like I don't have any more in-person classes, kind of. This week we don't have history, but next week there will be some presentations. And I believe I'm the week after that. It was very confusing in class because he kept like getting mixed up, and he's like, I'm gonna send out an email. And he hasn't sent out an email, but I'm like 95% sure I'm week 7, so that'll be fine. But yeah, I'm going to, I think, meet Eloise at a cafe, and I'm gonna like, I have a bunch of emails that I need to send, and yeah, some like readings and stuff to do, so gonna do that today. This is the outfit for today. This sweater is really big, and I've just shoved it all into this skirt, so I feel like it looks somewhat crazy, but that's fine. So as you can see, I'm back in my room. I wound up going to the Waterstones cafe with Eloise. I really like that cafe. I don't know, I just like the setup. I felt like I was being reasonably productive today, so that was good. She left, and then I stayed there for maybe like an hour and a half longer before coming back. I had to pick up the gift card for the Bop prize draw winner from last week. And I picked up her like cinema gift card, and then I got some groceries and stuff, and I had to come back and do laundry and like read a bunch of stuff and was looking through things here because basically for my 2 essays coming up, I'm just like trying to get organized for that. So that's what I was looking at. I had a lot of emails to send off today too, and I got that done, so that was good. But yeah, now I'm going to head back to the MCR for committee meeting and book club, so that should be quite fun. Okay, good morning guys. So it's Wednesday today. Last night I went to book club, which was really fun. I'm enjoying this short story collection. They're maybe not like the kind of thing I would just like read in my own time, but I'm really enjoying them for book club. And then last night afterwards I ran into Anika on my way out actually because she was just leaving dance practice. And so then I watched, I went and hung out with Anika and Eloise for a bit, and we watched White Chicks because Anika had never seen it before, which is crazy, but yeah, so I hadn't seen it in a really, really long time. So we watched that last night, which is fun. And yeah, this morning I'm just gonna go and meet Eloise at a library. So this is my outfit. I'm really excited about this one because I got it for Christmas and I love it. I would prefer if I had just a plain white turtleneck, but this is like a really light pink one from Aritzia, which is like more of a shirt material. I really like these ones as layerings. Like both of my animal print ones are like that too. But yeah, I have obviously a lot of clothes. Not a single one is a basic, so I don't just have a plain white turtleneck. But then, oh, my pants are also from Aritzia, and I really like them because I feel like it's very hard to find nice dress pants, nice trousers that are like actually flattering, but I enjoy these ones. So yeah, this is the outfit. This is very long. So none of my coats like really work with it, but my trench is like almost long enough, so that'll just work. And it looks a little silly because I have like this tie that I tried the trench on and it like has a tail, but I don't care. Into real baby in Australia, so we need to go somewhere warmer.
It was so cold in the library. I had to put my puffer on and
she's like, guys, it's 4 degrees. So this wound up being a really full day. So after Pembroke Library, Eloise and I headed to the Artisan Cafe where we chatted, did some more work, had a snack. And then afterwards, I headed over to a lecture about Beowulf and the End Times, which is really interesting, at the English faculty. And then I headed to the Old Bodleian Library to do some reading. So I was just reading for fun, since by that point it was like near about 7 p.m. So I was reading Wings of Starlight, which is the book that I have going on just for fun, before meeting some of the Canadian Rhodes Scholars at the King's Arms for a drink. Hello everybody. So yesterday was obviously a very long day. I did not get back until late in the evening. So today I've just had a day from home, which was nice. I feel like I've been like pretty going, or like I was doing a lot of working out and also just being very social the last few days, so it's kind of nice to just have like a day to myself. Was good. I've been reading more of this. I'm about like just under halfway through, I would say, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it's doing a very good job of, because this is obviously like a YA book, but this is Wings of Starlight. This is like based on sort of like the Pixie Hollow universe, which I think started in like this sort of iteration in the original like Tinkerbell books, and then got turned into the Pixie Hollow game. I don't know, I guess, if the books or the game came first. I'm pretty sure the books did though, and then the movies definitely came after that, I believe. I mean, potentially I guess the game could have come after the movies, but I don't think so. I gotta fact check that. But this is definitely based on like all three, which are all based on each other at some point. And it's a story about like Queen Clarion, and she's, you know, gonna be Queen of Pixie Hollow, and then they don't really have anything to do with the Winter Realm or the Winter Fairies. but she has to at this point. And so it's obviously YA, but it's also like definitely written for people like my age in their 20s and everything who grew up with like the Tinkerbell movies, the Tinkerbell books, Pixie Hollow game. So I think it's doing like a really good job of blending those audiences, of feeling like a YA book being written for a YA audience, but also knowing that like a lot of adult people are going to be reading this book. And yeah, I think it's just like doing a really good job with it. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. And like at the point where I'm at, there's like a bit of mystery. I think that Alvina, the Clarion's predecessor, the queen that's sort of like training her now, I think that their kind of like complicated relationship is being done quite well. For a book that in general is like a very sweet kind of concept, I think that it's kind of handling that thing where like she is keeping things from Clarion. She's like being very controlling, but also like their relationship doesn't seem malicious, at least at this point. She's like just doing what she thinks she should be doing. Although I have my suspicion she might flip. She might not actually be like have good intentions. So we'll see as we continue. But I like that like that complicated relationship is like, I like the way it's being depicted in like what I would generally think would be like, I think it would be hard to kind of imbue those kind of like complicated relationships onto this kind of like setting or story, and have it still feel authentic to like the Pixie Hollow universe. And I think that it's just doing a good job with that. And I think that like the mystery is being maintained quite well. Like I don't really have that much of a prediction for where it's going so far, but yeah, just enjoying that. So I've read a bit more of that today, and just doing like a bunch of readings for all of my many essays that are going on. But I think me and Eloise are maybe gonna try to watch Gladiator 2 tonight. So yeah, we might get together and do that, so that should be fun. Hi everybody, good morning. It's a bit windy, so I'm hoping you can actually hear me. But it's Friday today. I don't have a history class this week, but I do have a bunch of books that I have to return to the English faculty. They're sending me many emails about it, so I have to go drop those off. I'll probably work there for a bit, and then I think I have a research methods class today. I double checked with the rest of my cohort because I do have it in my calendar, but we didn't get an email about where we're actually meeting, so we'll see if that happens. But Eloise and Guy are both in town again today. Gaia was gone and then she's come back, so I might text them and see if they want to meet up later. We'll see. Smacked you in the head. We're looking for the deer, and Eloise just very kindly said maybe they've all been slaughtered.
Who knows? They're not here.
Yeah, I like they look like goats.
They're not dead.
Hello and good morning, guys. So it is Saturday morning now. Last night was fun. After Magdalen, me and Eloise just came back and I did some work here before heading to bar night with everyone, so that was fun because Gaia is here again too, so got to like all hang out together again, except Anika couldn't make it because she had dance. But this morning we're all gonna go out for brunch together, which will be really fun, before Anika has like a dance competition this weekend, so she'll be off. But yeah, so it's gonna be quite fun. We're going to a place near like where the Gloucester market is called the Spires, I believe, which I've never been to before, but should be good. Nice to try somewhere new. So yeah, gonna head out there. Yesterday, I made a big mistake because I didn't check the weather and it was like 12 degrees out. and I was wearing like my collared shirt and a big knit, and I was like dying. And then we get to bar night and we got a new heater in the MCR, so people have been out of hand with it, and it was set to 28 degrees, which is crazy. So I'm not doing that again today. Did I check the weather? No, but I assume it's gonna be warm again. So I've got like my Fleur Delacour shirt, and then the skirt I've just been wearing excessively since I got it. Pretty. Yeah. I love the Emily Wilde covers. This is the new one. Ooh. Hi guys, so I'm back in my room now. Spires was really good. It was, and I think it was like reasonably inexpensive as well. Like, I didn't get the full English, but the full English is like the biggest thing on the breakfast menu. And I think it was £10 or just under. So like that seems pretty good for Oxford. So that was nice, and the food was good. It's not like the fastest place, like if you're going there for something quick, which like maybe just depends on the day and the time of day. But yeah, I thought that the food was pretty good. But yeah, and then me and Anika, she'd seen a post from Waterstones that they had 25% off. So we just like swung into the store, which we were like, it's probably online only, but we could go like look. Yeah, so we went and walked around Waterstones for a bit, and I'm pretty sure that sale was in store only, but they did have a bunch of stuff for like half price or buy one, get one half price, so that seemed good. I didn't get anything though, because I'm trying not to buy any more actual books, but we'll see how that goes. I don't have any major plans for the day, because most everybody is like pretty busy, and I do have like some more work that I want to get done like over the course of the weekend. So I'll do that. I would like to read more, maybe like finish that book. We'll see how far into it I can get. But yeah, so I think that that should be good. It's also like really nice out today. So I don't know, like I don't really want to go, like I would go sit in another cafe, but I don't know that I like really want to go like spend the money on getting more stuff in a cafe. It's not quite sit out in the meadows weather. I mean, it would be for me, but no one else would be out there. And I don't have a picnic blanket or anything. So yeah, we'll see what I get up to for the rest of the day. Don't really have any plans. Good morning, everybody. So it's Sunday today, and once again, I don't have any super strong plans for the day until this evening. So Eloise and I had been talking about going to see the new Bridget Jones movie, but we just thought that the later movie, like Eloise needs to like be back to give stuff to Anika, so she's like not sure like what time. Like a later movie might not work, so we might see that during the week. Also, we were gonna maybe try to get into this Union event. It's Jordan Peterson, who I'm not a fan of or anything, but it would be interesting to hear him speak. I think the Union does always get these kind of like controversial people, and unfortunately they're very good speakers and usually good debaters. So it is like interesting to go and see them, especially because like people do go, and I don't know if this is a talk or a debate actually, but either way, like at a talk, the audience can ask questions. At a debate, people can obviously go up and debate. So either way, I think it will be interesting to like see people's response to him. And yeah, like I'm kind of curious, is he like as big of a thing in the UK as in the States and Canada? Like I don't really, he's Canadian. But yeah, because I feel like his shtick is very American and very North American, so I don't know. It's interesting anyway. But yeah, probably go to that if we can get in. I imagine this one will be quite popular, so we're probably gonna have to go line up a bit earlier, so we might try to go to that. I have some like readings and stuff that I want to get done today, but I also am like, oh, I'm just gonna like go for a walk. I kind of feel like shopping around, so I might go into some stores just to see, just for fun. Maybe. That's kind of my tentative plan for the day. Nothing like too crazy or anything. Should be like a pretty chill Sunday, but it's still supposed to be warm, but it looks like more overcast and kind of rainy today because the last 2 days have been so nice. Yesterday especially was warm and really sunny, which was quite nice. But yeah, I'm gonna head off. So I started an And Other Stories, which as you probably know, love of my life. I love this skirt. It's so like flouncy. It's got great movement. It's just like very fairy tale. It's so cute. I like the kind of muted gold color. And then this is quite cool. I like the oversized blazer with the kind of like oversized structured shoulders. And you can tell like the material, it's heavy, it's good quality. I think the belt is an interesting and kind of unique feature. So I thought that the set was quite cute. And then this, I think that the shirt is a bit more vibrant in person. I loved the top, and I think the pants actually look better in person, but they kind of surprised me. And then Zara has these like tennis-inspired dresses, so I thought this one was cute. Then this other white one is like very similar, just different back. I think they're just a bit too short for me. This one, when I first put it on, I was like, no, because I wasn't sure about the waist, but then I actually stepped back and looked at it, and I was like, this actually looks very, very good on. So that one was a wild card. This skirt, I was correct. It's a no. Their mini skirts are just not for people who are tall and have hips. This is probably my favorite thing I tried on all day. This is an Anthropologie. I love the color, and I love the stitching, and they have like 20% off some dresses in store. It's so cute. This cardigan, also love. It's just like stupid expensive for what it is, honestly, but it's very good quality as well. Bedazzled jeans, super fun. Then these track pants I thought were just kind of cool as like, oh, for traveling or if you're like going to a movie or something, kind of fun. Hi guys, so I'm back in my room now. I didn't buy anything, although that red dress at Anthropologie is 20% off. I do think that that was probably my favorite thing that I tried on when I was gone. I quite liked pretty much everything that I tried on in And Other Stories as well. And I actually, like, I tried on those Zara dresses and I was like, these aren't going to look good. But I quite liked them, so that was nice. But yeah, a lot of nice stuff, but didn't get anything. But I've come back because, yeah, I want to do some of those readings I mentioned, and I also really need to edit this video, so that's what I'll be working on. Hi guys, so I've just gotten back from the Union event. I'll just say I don't want to get into it too much because I just don't feel that I want to invite that here, but I'll just say my opinions on Jordan Peterson were affirmed. It was really interesting, and I think I was more interested in the questions that people were going to ask him and seeing sort of more the vibe at the Union about him, because I know what Jordan Peterson's shtick is. Like, I know what he's gonna say, I know what he's gonna talk about when he goes up. It was more like interview style, so some of the other ones I've been to, they'll like ask a couple questions and then the guest will go up and maybe give like a short speech or something, and then there's more questions from the audience at the end. But this was someone from the Union interviewing him, asking questions, and then it opened up to the audience to ask questions. And I feel like based on like the questions and the reactions from people, like it was a pretty strong split. Well, I feel like maybe it leaned more towards people who were like supporters or more aligned with him, but also like a decent faction of people who weren't, just based on like what was asked and everything. So it was like interesting, and they covered a lot of topics. Like they talked about religion, free speech, some of his comments about trans people, which is where it got much more inflammatory. And then what else did they talk about? There was more like specific political stuff. Some of it was like some UK people who I didn't entirely know that much about. Yeah, it was a lot. It was what you would expect if you've seen Jordan Peterson talk at all. So it was a time. But yeah, it was interesting to go. Like, I think even I didn't go to the Ben Shapiro one, but I think that would have been a very interesting talk to go to. I think that, like I said earlier, a lot of like the controversial people come and they're like good speakers and good debaters. I don't know that I would like think of Jordan Peterson as like a particularly good debater compared to someone like Ben Shapiro. Like, again, not someone that I like identify with really, but like he is a good debater when you see him. Sometimes he's on these YouTube things having gotcha moments with like 15-year-olds, and then I'm like, okay. But he does have his, you know, but then you see him in like other spaces where he's actually like engaging with people who are kind of like more competitive and whatever. And like it is, I don't know, he's good at delivering his points. He's good at spinning things around so that he can make the points that he wants to make. So that is like interesting to see, I guess. And just someone who's like so over the top, so kind of polarizing, I guess. Like they are interesting talks. I don't know. It was something. But yeah, I just went with Eloise and now I've come back and I think I'm just gonna curl up and watch some Love is Blind because it's later in the day. And yeah, then it's gonna be a new week tomorrow. So I'm just going to end the video here, say goodnight, and thank you for watching if you've made it this far, and I'll see you in the next vlog.
I'm an appetite.
My earring.
Sheesh.